Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hina and I'm a professional makeup artist. For today's look, I have decided to show you all how to apply the eyeshadow correctly. So this is a beginner's tutorial for the application of eyeshadow. I have done a warm eye look today and I'm going to show you exactly how to achieve this. So if you are interested, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I've already done one eye over here. As you can see, I've done the brows and the eyeshadow. Now we are going to replicate the same look over here. So to begin with the eyeshadow, we first will have to take care of the brows. We have to ensure they are properly groomed. Now I'm going to use this brow kit. This is by Wet n Wild, an absolute favorite from the drugstore. It comes with a little small mirror. So I'm just going to dip in the darker shades. The darker, the lighter one. Just gonna take a good mix of this. Tap off all the excess. Before I begin, I will first just comb my brow. That's the spoolie. So this brush that I'm using, this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now the trick with the brow is you don't have to start from, right exactly where the brow starts, like not from here. You want to start from where there is denser growth. Okay, so I'm just going to start filling up the gaps. Can you see? Trying to fill up the gaps and move according to the direction of the hair growth. Also keep in mind the arch. I'm just filling in all the gaps. I like more natural brows. Also, an important tip when you're picking up a brow product is to ensure that it is in the brown shade family, because that will give it a very natural and beautiful look, whereas something like a black or a dark black shade, right, that will actually look very artificial and you totally want to avoid it. You can again just brush it off with this spoolie. Now with whatever's left on my brush, I'm just going to add small strokes in the front section here. Not adding more product. If you see, I'm just using whatever's left on my brush. Yeah. That should be it for this particular brow. Alright, so before we begin now with the eyeshadow, I'm just going to first explain you the different areas. So the area right below the brow, this is called as the brow bone. The area right above my lash line here, this is my eyelid, and the area in between the eyelid and the brow bone over here, this is called my crease. So what we do generally is we will apply transition colors on the crease. Okay, so for today's look, we are going to be using the Soft Glam palette by ABH. Now before we begin, I will have to first create a base for the eyeshadow. So for that, we are just going to be using a little bit of concealer. I'm just taking some of it on a flat brush. This is by Pro Art. The brush number is PF01. So I'm just going to apply this all over my eye. Just quickly blend it. So this is important because you want to give your eyeshadow a good base to really stick onto. And we use lighter colors of concealers because we really want the colors to pop out. just ensuring I've covered all the area. So now to stop my concealer from creasing, I'm just going to take a little bit of translucent powder and apply it just over the concealer so that nothing will crease. That should be it. Now that the base is done, we'll begin with the eyeshadow. So I'm just going to use a soft blending brush. This is by Zoeva Cosmetics. So we are going to first use the transition colors. So the transition colors are generally the lighter shades or the brighter shades in the palette. I'm going to be using these two over here. Just dipping my brush into both of them, tapping off all the excess. And I'm going to start from my outer V. In circular motions, just go upwards, back and forth, exactly like how I'm doing it. Okay, so this look that I'm showing you today is a very warm, neutral look. You can carry that anywhere, typically at your office, at a function, at a ceremony, at any occasion whatsoever, and you can't go wrong with these colors. Slightly pull it out. Now I'm just going to use a little darker shade, the one right here. This is called Mulberry. I'm just taking a smaller blending brush, again by Zoeva, very lightly, again dust off all the excess. I'm going to apply this right in my outer V. Can you see? This is a dark shade, so be careful. And slightly bring it inwards. Create a soft gradient. Now I'm just using a smaller, more of a pencil kind of a brush. This is by ProArt, it's PE29. I'm again dipping in the same darker shade, tapping off the excess, just adding more color. Just notice I'm adding this only in the outer V. Slightly bringing inwards. I'm just again going to go with my first brush and the lighter shades. Just blend all this. I don't want any sharp lines, so I'm just gonna blend everything. With my second brush, I'm just intensifying my color. So you can keep going back and forth till you've created the desired shade. Okay, so now I'm going to be using a shimmer shade. Now for that I will use this flat eyeshadow brush. Again, this is by ProArt, it's PE19. I'm going to apply a little bit of fixing spray, the one that you use to set your makeup. The reason we do this is because we get a better payoff from the pigment. Now I'm just going to pick the bronze shimmer shade from this palette. Just dipping my brush, tapping off all the excess. And I'm going to press this onto my eyelid. Now what you can do is, if you feel that your eyeshadow may fall out, you can just apply a little bit of powder under your eyes. So I'm just going to do that slightly. Just pack a little bit of powder. You can dust that off later. So if there's any fallout, it won't spoil your entire makeup. Just packing some powder. Now I'm going back with my brush and I'm just going to pat this color. Can you see? It's beautifully applying. So I'm just going to apply this from the inner to the center portion of my eyelid. There you go. Okay, so now I'm just taking a smaller brush. This is by Zoeva. I am just going to dip this in sienna. This is like a mix between the light and the dark browns. Very light, just a little bit I need. I want to create a transition from the shimmer to the darker shade, so it just looks quite well blended. Very lightly. Okay. I'm going to go in with a small brush and the darkest color, just adding more in my outer V. And so now I'm just taking again a very small brush. I'm going to be taking the lightest shimmer shade in this palette. It's called Glistening. It's like a very soft bronze, and I'm going to take a little bit on this brush. I'm just going to apply this in my inner corner. Can you see? Yeah, just taking a little bit more, and I will apply this in my brow bone as well. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to again take the dark shade from this palette now. I'm going to drag this in my lower lash line. The reason we apply the color in the lower lash line is because it will just bring the entire eye look together. I'm going to slightly just apply it in the lower lash line and slightly drag it outwards. Okay, I'm gonna apply this everywhere. Very soft. If you want, you can just take the inner corner highlight color and just bring it a little down here. It'll look very pretty. Okay, now with the same brush that we picked the darker shade, I'm just going to pick up this color right here, the burnt orange one. I'm just going to slightly blend the darker shade. Yeah, okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to use a brown liner. So this is the one by Faces. It's a very beautiful creamy liner. Okay, so I'm just going to apply this so first just roughly apply this above your lash line. Okay, I'm going to use that brush with which we picked the darker colors. I'm just going to smudge this off. Now I'm just going to apply the liner in the waterline, just like how we apply a normal kajal. The brown colors actually give a much natural look than the black, a softer look. I'm just intensifying this here as well. Okay, again I'm just going to blend even in the lower lash line because you want a very soft look. Just slightly pull out. Okay, now for the final step I will have to apply the mascara. Now before that I'm just going to curl my lashes using this eyelash curler. So lightly just get hold of the lashes. Be very careful if you're doing this for the first time. That's it. Now I'm just applying this mascara. This is by Tarte. It's the Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. You can use any of your favorite ones. Just a light coat of this because I'm not adding any lashes. If you are a pro, you can try and apply this in the bottom as well. That completes the eye look. I'm just dusting off all the excess powder. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I have just completed it with a red lipstick. This is the one by Maybelline in the shade Smoking Red. You can use any of your favorite lipstick. Always keep it towards the end because while you apply any product and if it touches, if it's of a creamy texture, this might stain some part of your face and you totally don't want to do that. Hence always apply this towards the end. So this is how the entire look has now come together. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. You've learned how to perfect the eyeshadow now. If you have any more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will try my best to answer them. Also let me know your views, how you've liked this tutorial. And most importantly, hit the like button, and if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, then please subscribe. I will see you soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.